Hello students, good morning everyone. Today we are going to see one interesting topic of cybersecurity module 3, that is grid computing. Up till now you have seen high performance computing, high throughput computing, cloud computing, and today that is new topic is grid computing. So let us go through it. We are going to see what is grid computing, introduction and motivation, grid computing architecture, characteristics of grid, types of grid, cluster versus grid computing. In today's era, science is becoming increasingly digital. You might be knowing few years later the concentration, the weightage was given to the paper document, means what is written on the paper and what is there and what is which document you have, and that means paper was given the more importance. Okay, now digital is given the more importance, digital data is given more importance, paperless data is given more importance nowadays. That means most of the data is stored in computers. Experimental science uses even more complex experiment and modeling. We can do complex experiment using digitalization. Single computer may not perform. That means previously we were using desktop computer, there were only desktop computer, but in today's era this desktop computer cannot perform different tasks. It is only useful for some we can say it is useful only for some specific purpose. Scope is limited in those days of single computer. Now, motivation of grid computing. Science is becoming increasingly digital. Yes. Deals with increasingly amount of data. Experimental science uses even more sophisticated software and hardware to make precise calculations and mathematical modeling. Nowadays mathematical techniques are used because computer supports mathematical techniques. That's why computers are operated on mathematics algorithm also. Huge computational processing and memory. Huge memory you are having right now in computers. Single computer may not perform such heavy tasks or may took longer period of time. That's why we are in the digitalization. To solve complex problem we need high performance computing, whereas performance is matters a lot, is everything. Introduction and motivation. In range from laptops today to the cutting edge of supercomputer. Laptops are used and supercomputer means one large computer which can perform different tasks, large computation, large mathematical calculation within fraction of second. If not hardware, software, skilled people, high performance computing can be achieved. Introduction and motivation. Optimize algorithm, just I told you, optimize algorithm and techniques by using supercomputer. Multiple computers work together to solve a particular task. Supercomputers are very expensive. That's why they are able to perform so many calculations within fraction of second. That's why they are very expensive, because they can perform different tasks and enormous tasks within fraction of second. For large complex tasks we need both, that is optimized algorithm as well as huge computation power of grouping many computers to work together to solve the large complex task. I have seen one example that I want to find the image of cat, and in that example I told you about high performance computing, in which 100 terabyte video file is there, in which I want to search the image of cat, and I will divide that file into 1 terabyte and 1 terabyte into 100 terabyte, and I will search the image of cat from the 100 computer, means each and every computer will process 1 terabyte of data. That example I have given in HPC. Grid computing, a service for sharing computers power and data storage capacity over internet. In cluster network, work across local area network means single network. Cluster is something different than grid computing. We may say that cluster is performing a single task at a time, but grid computing may be performing different tasks at a time. Grid computing, the computational power, the storage power can be accessed across multiple networks. In grid computing, in which individual users can access computers, database and experimental facilities without having to consider where those facilities are located across different network. That means in grid computing, one computer is in Pune, another computer is in Mumbai, another computer is in Delhi. Still, it can perform computational tasks. That is the purpose of grid computing. Grid computing, in which individual users can access computer, database and experimental facilities without having to consider where those facilities are located across different network. They may be on the different network. Grid computing is a model for allowing companies to use a large number of computing resources on demand, no matter where they are located. That means in grid computing allows companies to use large number of computing resources on demand on where they are located. That means I give one example that I am doing a PhD and my friend is in Bangalore and my another friend is in Mumbai, and still I am getting connected and I am communicating with with my colleagues, and something like due to grid computing I can secure my data. Means those two people which are located in Pune and Bangalore, they should not view my data, but I should access their data. So these such things were possible through grid computing. We can also define grid computing as a process of architecture that combines computer resources from various domains to reach main objective. In grid computing, computers in network can work on tasks together, such functioning as a supercomputer. That means in grid computing, computer network can work on tasks together. Means in grid computing, different computers can work on single task like supercomputer also. This is the diagram of grid computing. Grid computing architecture. Here grid users are there. Those who want specific output of specific operation task, they want output of some specific task. These are grid servers, different grid servers. These are computer system. Lot of computer system are used in grid computing. And remember that in grid computing, each and every resource and his utilities are utilized 100% in case of grid computing. Okay, storage resources and computer system and provider and resources. In grid computing is in supercomputer we are using computers to perform computational tasks, and in grid computing we are utilizing the resources. That is the best explanation of grid computing and grid computing and supercomputer. Okay, cluster computing, what we can say. Grid computing architecture. Providers are distributed resources across different network domain, computational power, storage and memory. Users are authorized users to use their resources. When users make requests to control node users give access to resources available on the network. Normally server handle administrative duties for system. A network of computer running special grid computer network software. This network of computer provide resources. A collection of software is also used in grid computing known as middleware. Suppose I told you that there is a scheduler. What is the purpose of scheduler? The purpose of scheduler is that in grid computing, I told you utilization of resources is 100%. Why that is possible? Due to reason is that suppose 10 computers are there in a organization, and 8 computers are used by staff member and 2 computers are used for administrative purpose. Now the problem arises is that Two computers are used for administrative purposes, and admission system is going on, admission process is going on in college. And suppose instead of 100, 500 students are approaching for online form in the college. So in that case 200, in that case 2 computers are insufficient to handle the request of student for online admission system. Okay, online for admission. So in that case college decided to utilize all the 10 computers of the server. So computer in the sense server with high configuration. 10 servers will be utilized to solve the problem. So in that case each and every utility and computer of 10 computers servers are utilized for admission system, and it is going smoothly. That's all. That was it is told in this thing. Users are authorized and use resources when user make request to control node, and this is possible due to scheduler. Means what scheduler will do, if request is come from student side and two servers are busy, then scheduler will transfer the request to another computer. If that another computer is busy, then scheduler will transfer request to another computer. So depending on the computational power that every computer is utilizing, the scheduler will transfer request of the to different computers. So this job of scheduler is very important in case of grid computing. Okay. Grid computing architecture. These middleware are used to communicate heterogeneous computer across different domain. Heterogeneous in the sense one computer is of 2 GB RAM, one computer is of 6 GB RAM, one computer is of 16 GB RAM, one computer is of hard disk 1 terabyte, one computer is of hard disk 256 gigabyte. Okay, so different configuration of systems are there, still grid computing works. That is heterogeneous computers across the different domain, unlike cluster computing where computing resources are scattered across globe. In cluster computing the resources are homogeneous, but in case of grid computing resources are heterogeneous computer. Okay. Then characteristics of grid. Large scale grid must be able to deal with number of resources ranging from just few to millions. Grid resources are scattered across globe. These resources can be in the form of CPU power, storage or memory, anything, maybe CPU power or maybe storage or maybe memory. Characteristics of grid. Geographically distribution. Grid resources may be spread geographically across 100 network domain, means different domain. Network means WAN, MAN, LAN, okay, wide area network, metropolitan area network, local area network. As we know, cluster computing operates within local area network, whereas grid computing operates across different network domain. Heterogeneity and loosely coupled. A grid hosts hardware and software resources that can be very varied, ranging from data file software components or programs to sensors, scientific instruments, display devices, personal digital organizer computers, supercomputer, and different network having different operating system. So with this lot of variations are there, but still grid computing works, and it may not possible with the cluster computing or supercomputing. Okay, supercomputing power, supercomputer. Grid hosts hardware and software resources that can be varied, ranging from data files, software components, and programs to sensors, scientific instrument, display devices, personal digital organizer, computer, supercomputer, and different network having different operating system. Still grid computing works. That's why it is great demanded in the cloud computing, because in cloud computing there are different network and different configuration are there. Resource sharing. Grid belongs to many different organizations that allow other organizations and different users to access them. Non-local resources can thus be used by application promoting efficiency and reducing cost. So in this case, cost is reduced in resource sharing in grid computing. We might have seen that in local area network, when the resources are shared, so that means computational power is shared, and that means computational thing is shared, that means it is reducing the cost. Multiple administration, each organization may establish different administrative policies under which their own resources can be accessed and used. Thus network security is huge challenge in grid computing. Why network security is huge challenge in grid computing? Because in grid computing every resources are utilized, that means every resources is under progress, that means client can access every resources, and then it may be possible that they may try to hack the resources. That's why it is a little bit not easier, since organizations have different administrative policies under which their own resources can be accessed and used. Thus network security is a huge challenge in grid computing. Resources in grid must be coordinated in order to provide aggregated and combined computing capabilities and storage resources. Resources in grid computing must be coordinated in order to provide aggregated and combined computing capabilities and storage resources. Okay. Quality of service. A grid must issue delivery of service under established quality of service requirement. Means a delivery of service should be proper, whether maybe in different network or maybe in the same network. That means quality service of the computational power, then resource sharing, it should be proper. And the last, I given one example of difference between cloud and grid computing. In grid computing we use heterogeneous computer, in cluster computing we use homogeneous computer. In grid computing, allotment, unused processing, that means different tasks are performed in processing, not same task, but in cluster computing similar operations are performed. It is far away, that means one computer is located in Pune, another computer might be located in different cities. In case of cluster computing, it is closely located. Internet is the best example of grid computing. High speed LAN connection is the best example of cluster computing. Distributed or decentralized topology means not centralized. I just now told you that grid computing resources are shared in the sense every resource is utilized, not like supercomputer only one computer is attached and other computers are clusters, and the clusters are performing the job of the supercomputer. Centralized network topology, decentralized scheduling. Here centralized decentralized scheduling is there in grid and centralized scheduling is there in cluster. Autonomous means one computer is not dependent on any other computer, and here in cluster computing the energy system works as one. They are loosely connected system because they are independent of each other. In grid computing they are loosely connected to each other because they are independent of each other. The system are independent of one another. That's why it is told that autonomous computers are there in grid computing. They are in cluster, they are tightly connected system. Diversity and dynamism is there in grid, and single system functionality is there in cluster. So that's all. In grid computing, we have seen grid computing, introduction to grid, then motivation, grid computing architecture. So we have seen different things about the grid computing. Thank you.